A day in the life of Mr. Plant. He wakes up in his void and makes himself breakfast. Usually he doesn't have anything on his calendar, and so he gets to read. But not today. Today he has a visitor. Mr. Plant doesn't care much for them, but even introverts need company once in a while.
I got your DNA results back. You're half banana leaf. You know, I'm 1/16th banana, and we go through a lot of struggles. You know, some people think we're, like, together. Isn't that crazy?
Mr. Plant fantasized about bashing Argos's head in, watching the blood seep into his shoes and onto. Mr. Plant has been here for a while. He debates the existential existence of life, knowing that tomorrow will be the same. Some days Mr. Plant likes being seen, being watched. But some days he doesn't. Wednesday is Mr. Plant's favorite day of the week, because now he can do what he always wanted to. Watch television.
Please don't kill me. I have a wife and kids.
He likes dark comedies best, but sometimes he gets commercials.
Do you want a star? Well, now you can have one for only $1. What are you waiting for? Come on over.
Mr. Plant hated the Moon Man's fake accent, but the stars looked awfully nice.
Are you here to buy a star? Only $1? With that you can only buy a sad star. Don't you want a happy star? Happy star's only $9.99.
If the Moon Man didn't stop talking soon, Mr. Plant would make him.
You know, you're a terrible person, coming to space with only $1 when you knew they were $9.99. Take it, take your measly little star and get out. And be careful, because the edges are sharp. Wait.
The star is ruined.
Mr. Plant?
As if Mr. Plant's day couldn't get any worse.
Mr. Plant, I saw this on TV and I thought of you.
Maybe Argos isn't so bad all the time.
I was thinking maybe we could go stargazing or...
Mr. Plant returns to the TV. Another successful Wednesday.
Monday with Mr. Plant. Most Mondays Mr. Plant sleeps in, but after Argos gave him a star, he promised he'd help him out at his job. Argos has the most terrifying job ever. Childcare.
They're really sweet. I have to run some errands, so if you could water them and play them their Hopscotch Man audiobook and prune them, that'd be amazing. I'll be back before their parents get here. You'll do great.
Mr. Plant hated children, but he supposed watering was easy enough.
The Hopscotch Man was terrified of all the others.
Maybe they weren't all terrible. On second thought, maybe these brats needed to be taught a lesson.
I'm back, and I brought some food. Flowers? Flowers?
Outside of the void, Mondays are always terrible, so Mr. Plant doesn't count today as a loss. Plus, children weren't so bad when they were quiet.
Thursday with Mr. Plant. This Thursday Mr. Plant is watching television. Argos has a new job.
If you have a Void driver's license, you can go to all sorts of wonderful places, like the beach, or the mall, or the butcher's, all well within your grasp.
Mr. Plant has always wanted to explore the void, and this Thursday he has plans to make it happen.
Are you here for a Void driver's license? Do you have identification? This'll do. You're half banana leaf? Banana leaves can't drive, you're gonna fail. Sit over there until I call your name.
Mr. Plant sat and waited for what felt like an eternity.
Plant, mister. Keep driving slow. I'm gonna need you to make a right turn up here.
Mr. Plant couldn't help but think about the clock's comment from earlier. It filled him with a burning rage. What did this clock know about him and his driving experience?
Burn right!
Well, this time it was an accident. Mr. Plant figured it isn't much of a loss. After all, with a television, you can visit far-off worlds without leaving your void. Plus, now he can keep time. A day in the life of Argos. Argos wakes in his void and does his daily manifestation. He's been here a while. After doing his manifestation, he sits down to observe his shrine.
It's perfectly normal to have a shrine of your best friend, even if that best friend got you fired from your job. My therapist told me so. He's a man of few words.
Argos was fired from his last job, so now he's a mail carrier.
Hello. Void Postal Service. Do you have any mail for me to deliver? Hello, Mr. Plant. I just wanted to tell you that there's no mail for you today. Great talking to you. We'll go stargazing soon.
Argos didn't feel bad about keeping the letter. After all, some things are meant to be. And some things aren't. Sunday with Mr. Plant. It's 3 a.m. and Mr. Plant can't sleep. Mr. Plant doesn't remember leaving the TV on.
Come in. You're my 315.
Sit down, and welcome to Dreamco.
Mr. Plant had no idea if he was asleep or awake.
It seems we have a problem. We've been sending you nightmares all week and haven't gotten so much as one cold sweat. So, we're going to run some tests. Look into that box and I'm going to show you some horrifying creatures and we'll see how you react. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 97, 98, 99, 100. Now don't lose your temper with me, young man. Just because I'm a telly doesn't mean you can be disrespectful.
Mr. Plant was tired of the telly. Time to go home.
Fine, ignore me. Young people these days. Mr. Plant, you punched your TV.
Drat. Sleepwalking again.
If you're wondering what I'm doing here, I was just passing through. Nothing weird.
Mr. Plant debated whether or not to sleep. After all, Sunday is the day of rest, and his calendar was suddenly free.